Alright, so the inspiration of today's video, gentlemen, is this. Yes, of course, your cell phone and your comments. You see, technology is such a beautiful thing. It has enabled us, the introverts or the anti-socials, to have a social life sitting in our bloody bedroom. I mean, the science and the tech has enabled us, has empowered us to live a life that we couldn't ever think of or could ever pursue. But who am I kidding? It's here now and it's for us. Yes, it's for you and me to make the most of it. So if texting or if messaging your high school crush or your office hotness was the concern, was your question of the hour, gentlemen, then let this video be the end of it. So no more overthinking, no more stressing. Let this video help you with the process. Let this video be the video that will knock her DMs and help you slide. Gentlemen, my name is Mayank Bhattacharya. This is Once Essentials. Let's get your texting game on. Intro. Okay, so first thing first, you have to understand this. You have to realize this. Your texts, your messages or your DMs does not mean shit. That is, if you haven't met this person in real. Because see, the thing is, no matter how charming, no matter how charismatic, no matter how chivalrous and textually savvy you are with your typing skills and your messaging skills, this is just a source of entertainment for a woman. I mean, if the goal here, if your aim here isn't to ask her out, if it is not about you both setting up a meeting or you both not planning to go out and have this intimate thing with each other, then texting is just a waste of time. See, she might be bored, she might be flaky, she might not be even an inch interested in seeing your face, but when she is actually there texting you, when she's actually there replying you, she'll be this oh so cute woman who wants to spend her entire life with you in that apparent social media. Now, why would she do that? Why would anyone do that? Well, because it's just a source of entertainment for her. You have to spot the difference and you have to be the wise one to make a call. Now that you're aware of this, now that you know this, you can change things up, you can spice things up. Gentlemen, now that you're aware of this concept, you can start approaching the scene differently, and that's what we are going to talk and discuss in today's video. See, the very first tip, the very obvious tip that I'll give you, the very first obvious textual tip that I'll give you is don't send a hi. Never ever in your life would I ever want you to send a hi to anyone out there, especially never to a woman, and especially if you are interested in that woman. You see, a hi in real life could be a great thing. It could be the most amazing thing that you can do or you can speak of when you see someone in real life, physically one-on-one. But a hi in text, but a hi when you're trying to DM or impress someone is probably the most boring, moronic and annoying thing that a man or a woman could ever read. Don't do that. Don't be a part of that boring crap. But then what should I text, Mayank? How should I even start a conversation? Well, before I get into that, there is this one golden textual rule that you all should know by heart. Do not, I repeat, do not ever think of texting a girl you don't really know in person. I mean, if you have been stalking this super hot chick on Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat or anywhere that you could think of, and now you think that sending her a creepy hi or showing her the amazing hot body that you have will get her to reply to your text, then you are an absolute jackass. And I for sure don't want you to be a jackass, I want you to be a man. Please don't text a woman who does not know about your existence. Don't waste your time, don't waste your money. Gentlemen, save your horniness, save your testosterone for the first time when you'll actually see her in person. By that time, there'll be a whole lot of things you can do and a whole lot of things you can set up that will make the whole texting game so much more engaging, so much more fun. Now I'll talk more about this in the later part of the video, but the whole point, the whole idea being, if the girl does not know about your existence, use it in your favor and build your social value, build your personal value. But hey, what if you met someone online? What if you swiped right on someone, or what if you matched while you both were trying? Well, in that case, gentlemen, here's what you can do. Here's how you can set things up. Step number one, you read and observe. You read her bio, you see the photos in a profile, and you try to figure out if there is anything you can make a story of, or if there is anything witty and smart that you can type and text and show off your personality, but not be very offensive at the same time. Much better than hi, much better than I love you, obviously, and much better than anything rhetoric and boring. You see the photos, you read her bio, you make up a story, and then you talk. That's probably one of the smartest way to go about any online dating app. It shows that you did put an effort in trying to come up with something witty, or it at least shows your personality that you are the smart, funny, witty guy. And two, you are actually very good at observing things and you can start things off and you can take the whole conversation to a very fun, engaging thing. And if the woman can get a sense of it from the very first text you sent or the very first profile picture that she sees or she reads in your bio, then chances of she flaking out is fairly less and chances of she staying put is relatively high. Now, what are the few things you can talk about when you're trying to see a Tinder or Bumble profile? Well, it could be a dog, it could be a fashion sense, or this cute little vacation she was on. You see, if you are good at any of these three things, if you have a sense of fashion, if you have a sense of style, if you liked her hair in a certain picture and if you know the reason why, if you like this particular place she was at and if you have been there, or if you like her pet, if you have a thing for dogs and cats, you can talk about those things. You can show your personality, you can show your side by not offending her or by not taking up a whole lot of time. Easy, effective, works all the time. But hey, if you're someone who's absolutely dumb or naive or completely immature about finding something witty or coming up with something witty or reading her profile or seeing her photos, then here's what you can do. In the worst case scenario, you can send her a generic hi, but there has to be a little something to it. Hey there, do you like pizza? Hey there, do you have a dog? Hey there, do you like dogs? Or even a thing as simple as, hey there, what's up? I mean, this could be the last thing that you should text, but there are so many things that you can ask. There are so many ways you can take the conversation to a whole new level by just adding a quick question about something very casual, something very chill, and something very random at the same time. And these questions are so generic. Most of the women out there love pizzas. Most of the human beings out there love pizzas. Most of us love pets. Most of us would love to have our own dogs. Most of us would want to go to this particular place. So if you haven't, you can actually text and ask, hey, have you been to Ladakh? Hey, have you been to Nainital? Hey, blah blah blah. Like anything that is open-ended, anything that is not boring, anything that is very spontaneous and natural to you at that time. But hey, this does need some sort of wit and humor and practicality in you. Now, in case you want me to make a video on wit and sharpness and smartness, then don't forget to let me know in the comment section. Mayank, we would want to be more witty. Help us be more witty by making a video on it, then I'll make the video for it. Let me know in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to do it. But the idea is you have to have certain sense of flair and smartness to really attract the high value women. Because see, the thing is, the genuine hot ones out there get 5,000 more likes on any apps, any Tinder match or any Bumble match than you could. If you are this superstar who's getting 50 matches, guess what? She's getting 50,000 of them. So chances of you standing out is fairly less if you're just this generic, hi baby, I love you kind of a guy. Don't do that. Come up with something witty, come up with something smart, come up with something that shows off your personality. But Mayank, what about this chick I like on Instagram? She's very cute. I don't know her, but I want to be friends with her. Well, first thing first, if she is this woman with 500k followers, you are done. Don't do that because she'll not even be reading your comment. There are a lot of comments to answer and she's most likely busy doing something that is letting her followers grow. But hey, what you can do if you do find someone relevant with your follow reach or someone you are aware of, someone you have heard of, is you can actually like their photos and you can comment something very valuable or very related to that photo. Oh my god, you look so hot. Baby, I love you. Don't comment these comments on anyone's photo. I mean, I have had friends, they are genuine model friends, but the comments these creepy guys writing in those photos are so freaking hilarious. They're absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect a woman with 50k followers to respond to your hi baby, I love you text? Seriously, is she going to tell you that, oh my god, let's meet up, let's fuck? That's not going to happen. That will never happen. So you have to get this thing out of your head. You have to get your head out of your ass. Don't try to be so stupid or so dumb about your comments when you're trying to genuinely impress someone. Be very specific, be very smart, and be very, very, very detailed about the comment that you're trying to comment on that particular photo or whatever that is you're trying to comment on. That was a lot of comment in one sentence, but I hope it makes sense. Now see, at the very end of it, the best way to make your Instagram, the best way to make your Tinder or anything work in your favor is by you having a solid profile at the very first place. If your Tinder or if your social media, if your Instagram shows off your natural personality the best way possible, if it does successfully teases someone to know more about your amazing lifestyle or life in general, then guess what? You are on point, you are coming from a high value, and you don't need to be very witty in the text when you're trying to text someone. You can just write, hey there, what's up, and it'll work in your favor because you have already proved your self-worth or your high value by putting up a solid Tinder profile or by having a solid Instagram page. No, you don't need followers. No, you don't need a whole lot of matches. You just need to be smart and wise and very proactive while you're trying to curate your page or your profile for these particular things. If you want me to make a video on, Mayank, how do we set up our Tinder profile or how do we make our Instagram look a certain way where women will be actually interested in seeing, and I'll possibly get a lot of replies to my Turkey DMs, then don't forget to let me know in the comment section. I'll probably tell you a thing or two that can help your Tinder game, or that can take your social media game to a whole new level? Comment down below, let me know. So here's a quick recap. Never ever in your life do a hi or send her a hi. Try being a bit witty, try being a bit smart about your content or your text that you're trying to type. If you want me to make a video on how to be more witty, do let me know, I'll make it for you. Third, if you don't have an option, if you're trying to be generic, at least be genuine and be sincere about your messages. Don't try to write some cheesy pickup lines. Oh my god, that's just bloody annoying. Don't write some mindless, annoying Bollywood lines. That never work. That will never work with anyone who's actually a high value woman. So don't do that. And fourth, watch the next part of the video. Also, don't forget to click that like button. Okay, so now comes the part where you do know this woman, where you have met this woman, where you know about her existence, where she knows about her existence, but you haven't talked yet, you don't know much about each other yet, and you would want to text and do something later. I mean, you could know her from 1,000 ways. You could know her from your mutual friends, co-workers, or just far off acquaintances. The point is, you both know about your own existence in this world, and now you are interested in getting to know her more and see if she is interested in reciprocating the same and make something great happen. Well, here's what you do in that case. See, the very first thing, in this case, the textual game does not happen or does not start when you're trying to text someone. It starts way back when you're in your bedroom getting ready and about to go to this set particular event where your friends are there or your workmates are there or your acquaintances are there, where you know for a fact that I am open to seeing someone interesting, and if I do, then I might end up asking her number or get her Instagram. Because see, once you're aware of it, once you're already in that thought process that okay, if I do meet someone interesting, I wouldn't mind getting to know her more by texting her more and doing all that things later, then what happens next is something very interesting. You're at this party or you're at this event, you're at this gathering where you meet that special someone or you meet this interesting woman, you go talk to her. That's the key here. You go talk to her first. Now that you have known her physically, now that you have been introduced to her and she has been introduced to you by your friends or co-workers, you know about each other's existence, then you start talking to her. You start a story then and there. Now with me, it's mostly about my flying, my dogs, or my stupid crazy businesses, because that's where I am most passionate about and that's what I can talk a whole bunch about, and I can make crazy fun stories around it. So once you know for a fact that this woman is interesting, you both start sharing your stories and you start building your own small little narrative, which you can build up to when you're texting her next. So you spotted her, you got introduced, you both talked, you both had a great time, you got a number, and now you parted ways. Anything and everything from now is going to be relatively easy had it not been for that great conversation or that story that you built up when you did actually meet her. So now what you can do next to set up a proper date is don't send her a hi. Never ever in your life send her a hi. Even though you know her, now that you know her, now you should not even think of sending her a hi ever. What you're going to do next is send her some super funny photo of your face or something relevant that you were talking about when you both were together. Something about your dog, you could send her a photo of your dog, or you can send her some memes, some videos, or anything that's just blatantly random yet fun and quite cute at the same time. You can even do this when you're actually physically with her, so that things don't get awkward when she actually sees it in her bedroom. So she's in the moment, you told her that, you know what, I'll just show you something real funny, and then you sent her this photo of your dog, or you made a stupid face, something like that. When you got a ball cut or something, you sent her that, she saw it, now you have started the story. This story could be continued when you could just send her another story, a meme, or a text related to that, or a text related to your own meetup that you were having in this gathering or in this event, and then you try building up more and more and more on top of it. If you're sane enough, if you're smart enough, and if you have been watching Men's Essentials for quite some time now, you will know for a fact that there are a few things, there are a few hints a woman will give if she's really enjoying the conversation, if she's really wanting to meet you, and when she does, you should ask her out. Now, here's the thing about asking her out. You give her a date, you plan something crazy, but don't tell her everything about it. Just save it till the final meet. Tease her a bit, but save it all for the final meet. You tell her that, you know what, Saturday let's do bowling, or Friday let's do this. You propose her the idea and you wait for a reply. If she is interested, then she will say yes. Or in some random cases where she has actually got plans, she'll tell you that, dude, I'm not available this day, but why not on Monday, or why not on Tuesday? In that case, you can reschedule, you can plan your things again, and you can go ahead with it. Or if she is genuinely, sincerely, and honestly not available on that date, you can just let the conversation be for a while and then ask her again for a next date, or a date that sounds a bit more convenient to both of you. Now, if she's actually interested in seeing her handsome face in real, she'll convey something which will be very obvious. It could be yes, either a yes that yeah, let's do it on Friday, or she could propose her own date. If she does not, if she's trying to be very sweet and very charming, saying that, oh no, I can't, I have this, I have that, and she's just making an excuse, then guess what? She's not into you. You should cut the cord move on. Or if you do really want to keep in touch with this woman, if you do really want to ask her out again, then try it after a few weeks or even a month or two, to be honest. But hey, that's how you do it. That's how I would recommend you text in case you haven't already. But the most important part, the most important question being, how do I keep the conversation going smooth? And how do I not be awkward? How do I not be creepy? And what do I do when somebody does not reply to my texts? Well, first thing first, you're thinking too much. Second, you're thinking too much. 3, you have a lot of free time. See, if somebody is not replying to your text, if somebody is just not genuinely interested in you, you cut the cord, you move on. Why do you have to be this creepy, clingy guy and lower your value by messaging her 500 times whether she is just replying you once? You have to preserve your value, you have to come from a higher state of mind so that she can see something in you and she is there to reply to your highest. And the second part, how do you keep a conversation fun and engaging? By typing less and by sharing more. In today's day and age, dude, you can share a whole lot of photos, you can share a whole lot of videos, you can share plenty, GIFs, memes, and say so many stories without even having to type anything. Why don't you use that? Why don't you do that? I mean, it does not even matter if you don't have this crazy Shakespeare vocabulary skills. You don't even need it to be that good. You just need to be smart and witty in general. If you are good at that, if you are good at making fun of yourself, if you are good at being funny, being sharp and being quick to things, then guess what? She'll sense it, she'll like it, and she'll want to see you. Don't overthink this process. Don't overanalyze this process. Have fun, but keep it very short, because the goal here is to not to be a textual god. I mean, I'm not a fan of this guy who says that, oh my god, my texting game is on point but I never get late. That's just stupid. That's not the point here. The point here is you keep it short, you give her a tease of your personality, you give her a tease of how you are, and then you set a date, you meet her on a date, and you see how things go from there. Your idea, your goal, your whole mindset should not be that I am going to ask her out on my phone. You cannot date someone via phone. You have to see her in person, you have to be in person to make anything happen. Know it, learn it, and be aware of it. Gentlemen, things as simple as, oh, so you were in Mumbai, you didn't meet me. Such dhoka much, wow, well, go die. Or you sending some funny photo saying, remember this? This is the craziest thing that I have done in a while. I mean, these are some generic, dumb messages, but these do show that you have a life. You're not failing to make fun of her. You're not failing to make fun of yourself. And you could be an interesting guy if she chooses to hang out with you. And if you choose to see her in person. There should be an equal balance for that equal fun. Texting is fun, texting is short, but treat it like a fun, short interaction before the real amazing meetup. Because that's where the date is, that's where the attraction builds. Not when you're trying to text or trying to be very good at your vocabulary skills. Don't do that, don't be a part of that crowd. Anyway, that's where I'll end this video, that's where I'll conclude today's upload. I mean, after having a hint of your amazing personality, after seeing a tease of your great masculinity, if this woman tries to ignore you, if this woman tries not to go out with you for whatever XYZ reason, then that's her loss. Cut the cord, move on. I hope this video helps. I hope this video was well worth your time. Now I'll get back to work. I have a few DMs to reply. Where's my phone? I'll go do that. Meanwhile, you don't forget to dress sharp, stay strong and stay stylish. You don't forget to text someone while being super calm, super stylish. I'll be seeing you tomorrow here again with a brand new video. You don't forget to watch all the other videos. We have been putting 2 videos daily. You can watch one at 1 p.m. then you can watch the other one at 7 p.m. Do that, entertain yourself, learn a bit more about social dynamics and the art of manliness. Meanwhile, I'll see you soon.